Follow all the Geek Guru, Team Geek. Follow everybody from Team Geek. You'll see the not only me and Toby, but you can follow all of Team Geek with knowledge. Wow, Toby, if you're watching this, I'm screwing up big time. Hold on, I'll get it. You can follow all of Team Geek. What is up, everybody? Bobby here, the Geek Guru. Geek, definitely Guru, I don't know. But today, it's my turn to give my E3 predictions. I'm going to give 5, maybe 6, and I'm actually going to give 5 with a bonus one that I want to see, but I don't think will happen. So, here we go. Number 1, Retro Studios. A lot of people, Toby included, believes they're going Metroid. They're going back to Metroid. They're making Metroid. I disagree. I think when they left Metroid Prime, they said all they had to say with the Metroid series and they moved on. There won't be a 4. I think they may be working on a Metroid game. Somebody may be working on a Metroid game, and I really do think we'll see a Metroid game at this E3. I just don't think it's Retro Studios. I believe that with Nintendo basically giving them the Donkey Kong Country franchise for 2 games back-to-back, they've seen what Retro can do, and they're going to give them another Nintendo franchise, one that hasn't had as much love lately. I think we're going to see them take on Kid Icarus. Kid Icarus or Punch-Out! I think those 2 are the ones that you're going to see Retro working on. And maybe not even a Punch-Out in the terms of Punch-Out, like a boxing game. Maybe it's Punch-Out in terms of like a side-scrolling beat-em-up game. Maybe it's a training game or something like for the fights and stuff. Like you know, maybe it's something like an old Double Dragon type game where you're going sideways, but maybe it's more or less like you're just boxing, and then when you get to the end of the level, maybe you go into a fight. So I don't know all the details. Obviously, it's a prediction, so I don't know what I can say, but I just think you're going to see them do either a Punch-Out game, but I really think you're going to see them take on Kid Icarus. I think that Kid Icarus needs a fresh take. I know that we had Uprising, but Uprising was good, but it wasn't. To me, it was more like a shooter, like an arcade shooter, as opposed to like Kid Icarus. So I think you're going to see, you're just going to see Retro come in and basically do that. That's my opinion. I really think you're going to see them doing a Kid Icarus game.
Alright, so Retro Studios working on a game that's not Metroid, some other franchise like Kid Icarus or Punch-Out. That could work. I could see that happening. Maybe like the side-scrolling Punch-Out game, that could be cool, in the same style of like Streets of Rage or Double Dragon or something. But I'm not sure like if that would work for Punch-Out, because Little Mac's kind of the hero, and I think even if he was going around beating up dudes on the street, that doesn't really seem like his thing. He's more like getting in the ring, doing it properly, beating the bad guys. Like, they're not really bad guys in the ring, they're like just opponents, and I'm not sure how that would work as a side-scrolling beat 'em up. As a training game, yeah, it could work. I remember playing Ready to Rumble on the Dreamcast, and in between the big title fights you had like mini games where you try and build up your strength by doing like the punching mini games like that, and other sort of mini games that would build up your character stats. So something like that could be cool, but maybe just doing some sort of side-scrolling game like Streets of Rage would be cool. Maybe a completely new IP, but I don't know enough about Kid Icarus though to say about that one. But you know, if it's not Metroid, it's going to be something else. It's probably going to be another well-known Nintendo franchise, so you could be right on that one.
My second prediction is I believe we're going to see Luigi's Mansion for the Wii U. They put out in Japan, Namco Bandai worked on a Luigi's Mansion for the arcade. I think we're going to see either that game ported or part of that game ported. Back when I was a kid, that's how games were made. Arcades were the movie theater, home consoles were the videos. So you would get you would go to the arcade to play or see the movie, and then in the big theaters and the big screens and all that stuff. And then when they came to home console, it was like when, you know, Batman went to VHS and you would go to the video store and rent it and stuff. And so that's, I think that in that mindset, I think Japan does that still to some degree, because arcades are still big in Japan. United States, they're pretty much dead. You can't find them anywhere. Dave and Buster's, but they're not even arcades anymore. It's more like games for tickets. So I think that that said, I think that's what you're going to see. You're going to see them port that game over, make it HD. Luigi's Mansion. I love the one on the 3DS. It would be cool if they put one out on the Wii U.
So Luigi's Mansion on Wii U, that could be a possibility. I don't entirely think that that's going to happen. It would be good. I do love Luigi's Mansion, but I don't know if people are going to get burnt out on another Luigi's Mansion. It'd have to have some unique twist to it, something different about it, and it'd have to incorporate the gamepad in some cool, unique way. And I think as a vacuum mechanic, I'm not sure that would be like the gamepad would work very well for that. Sure, you could use the motion controls to shine your torch, but why wouldn't they have done that on the original Wii? So I'm not sure if that would work with Luigi's Mansion. So I'm going to say no on that one. I'm going to say you're wrong, Bobby.
It's time for an Amiibo Killer App game. I think that, you know, we've been getting the runaround all this time. Oh, it's for Smash. Oh, it's for Yoshi's Woolly World. It's for Mario Party and all this stuff. I think we're going to see a Nintendo Land 2. I think we're going to see a game where it's similar to Nintendo Land 1. I think they'll bring in a couple of the different assets that didn't make it. I think they'll redo some of the assets that they already had. Maybe bring in Wii Sports, something like that. And I think that what happens is when you scan in your Amiibos, those become the characters. When you go to Disney World, you see Mickey Mouse, you see Minnie Mouse, you see Pluto and Donald and all these characters. I think that that's the similar thing. When you scan in your Amiibo, that puts those characters into the Nintendo Land, where they're walking around and you can go talk to them and different things. And maybe they give you challenges. Maybe you go up to Mario and he's like, hey, go over to the Metroid game and see if you can shoot down, you know, whatever, spaceships and whatever it may be, you know. Or, hey, go over to... maybe there's a Mario Kart themed one. Like, go over to the Mario Kart land or section and see how quick you can beat this in a certain lap. I think we're going to see something similar to that this time. I think we're definitely going to get something new. I think we're going to get a Nintendo Land. It's going to be a surprise announcement because nobody sees it coming. But Nintendo Land was a lot of fun, and I think it was more for friends and family, like to get around the couch and play. But I think if they pushed a little bit more to the single player, you know, so there's more games for single players, I think it would be good. And you know, the Zelda section of that, I love that. Me and Tony used to play that a lot. So there is a lot that they could do, and I really think that they can go after that market and implement the Amiibo. Like, give people a reason to, you know, really go after these Amiibo. I mean, we're going after them now as it is, and imagine if you had something for them to actually play it on or play with it. You know, it would go through the roof, I think. So with Lego coming into the fold now, they got to come out with something to really rattle the cages of everybody. And I really believe that the killer app, per se, lack of a better term, is Nintendo Land 2.
Prediction number 3, an Amiibo game, something along the lines of Nintendo Land, to basically a game based around the Amiibo. So I think that Nintendo isn't going to do that. As much as everyone says that they should do it, I think Amiibo is its own thing, and I don't think it needs a game of its own, because the unique thing about Amiibo is that they work in so many different games, and every new Nintendo game from now on is probably going to incorporate that. So I don't think having a game just for Amiibo is really Nintendo's thing. I think their whole unique selling point of Amiibo is that you can use them in multiple games rather than just one particular game or franchise. And I think that having a game like that, I'm not sure how it would work with with all the different amiibo that are out there, like, you would expect every single amiibo to work in that game, and because there's such a diverse cast of characters in amiibo form, I don't know if that could work in the game. Like, you know, you'd have Mario unlock a character or a level or something, but then, like, how would you have you know, Starfox in that same game, and then Captain Olimar? Like, how would you have all these different characters from all these different universes in the same game? Even if there's not an actual character, like, I'm not sure how you'd incorporate them all into one game. I mean, it works with other games because a simple costume is easy to make and it's not a big factor. It's just a little thing in the game, or it unlocks something small in the game, but you'd expect them to unlock something more. So I'm not sure if Nintendo's going to do that.
Number 4 is, it's a no-brainer. I think it's going to happen, no doubt in my mind. I think we're going to get more DLC for Mario Kart. I think they make the announcement. I think they say we're going to do 2 more packs. You're going to get 1 in the fall, 1 next spring. Here's the price points, same as before, maybe a little bit more. Who knows? Because I don't really know. I'm assuming they made money on the last ones, but I don't know how much money they made. But I think we see a new Mario Kart DLC. I think we see a Metroid themed one. I think maybe we even see a Pokemon theme for the spring. But I think that's definitely where they're going to go. I think you're going to definitely see, you know, new Mario Kart stuff, Metroid themed stuff for the spring, or I mean for the fall, and then you're going to see the Pokemon stuff for the spring. That's my 2 predictions. Don't know whether it's true, but I think we'll definitely hear something about DLC for Mario Kart.
Prediction number 4 for Mario Kart DLC. I think that you're 100% right on that one. I'm pretty sure that they had a lot of success with the Mario Kart DLC. Everyone loved it. Everyone's praised Nintendo for their DLC with Mario Kart. And I think that it's going to keep people playing, keep people coming back to the game again and again. It's one of the most successful games on Wii U, one of their biggest franchises, and they'd be silly not to continue with the DLC. I don't think it takes them that long to make. I mean, it is a generous amount of content, but I think that it's a good way for them to just get people to keep playing without having too many resources taken away from other games. And I think that there's probably enough room on the menu screen for more tracks.
Number 5, we know that Starfox is coming, okay? Everybody knows that. That's not the surprise. That's not the prediction. It'd be a lame prediction because we all know it's going to come. Amiibo support. Amiibo support will be, I think we're going to see a full line of Amiibo for Starfox. I think you're going to see all the crew, Slippy and all those. You're going to get those. You might get a couple of, you know, Wolf and stuff like that. But I think we're definitely going to see Amiibo support across the board for those, for that game. So to me, that's where we're looking at, and I think that's where we're at. So.
And your final prediction? For a full line of Amiibo based around the new Starfox game. I think that they will do that, but I don't think it's going to be a very expansive range. They'll probably have the main characters. If they all come back, they'll have, you know, Fox, Slippy, Falco, Peppy if he comes back, and then they might have like Sergeant Pepper and maybe even one of the ship, and then a couple of the villains. So maybe like a range of 20 at most. That might be pushing it, but I think that it would be cool to see those unique Amiibo based for that game. Because I think you know, that could work well in the game. Maybe they could unlock new ships or new playable characters. Maybe you don't always play as Fox. Maybe you can play as Slippy if you scan in the Slippy Amiibo, something like that.
At this point, I'm going to throw out there bonus. Just something, I heard it today and it makes sense, and I think I want to see it. So I don't think it'll happen, but I want to see it happen. I want to see Earthbound Mother 3 translated, brought to the United States. I think it happens. I think that Nintendo has seen the outcry. I think with the Amiibo support that we got, the people screaming for Lucas, it shows that the people love Earthbound Mother. I think we see a translation. If they haven't already made it, I'm sure they've been working on it. They've had to, I think at some point you had to make the translation. So I think for the United States, I think they announce, hey, we're bringing Mother 3, Earthbound 2 to the United States, fully translated. And maybe they up-res it. Maybe they, because originally it was for the Game Boy Advance. I think they can up-res it, do what they got to do, redo it maybe. Maybe they've been working on it. I hope they have. But I think that's what's coming. I hope that's what's coming. That would make me like, whew, through the roof. Because I'm about to buy the thing, the fan-made translation, and I really don't want to, so this would stop me from doing it. And hey, all the better.
So your
right?
bonus prediction about Mother 3, the translation, I don't know about that, because I still think it's a bit niche. I mean, there is a lot of people that have asked for it, and they do love Earthbound, and you are right that they are introducing more of the Earthbound characters into like Amiibo and Smash and maybe even Mario Kart, who knows, but I still think it's a bit niche of a game to spend their time on. I mean, it would be fan service, maybe it wouldn't take that many resources, but who knows. I mean, we waited a long time for original Earthbound to come to Wii U, so we could be waiting a lot more for Mother 3. So yeah, I think your E3 predictions are pretty good. I've got one more little bet that I want to make though. Basically, whoever gets the most predictions wrong, or who has the least correct predictions, will have to wear a silly gaming hat like the one I'm wearing right now, this Splatoon one. They have to wear that in every single video for a month after E3. So that's my little challenge to you, Bobby. Whoever gets the most predictions wrong has to wear a silly hat.
So that is all. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you, Toby, for your additional commentary. That was awesome of you to chime in here and give me some pointers, so to speak, or school me on my lack of knowledge and all that stuff. So, as it may be. That is all. Thank you guys for watching. Check me out. You can follow me Instagram, Twitter, at the Geek Gurus. You can follow my buddy Toby at Tobys _Take. You can also follow all of Team Geek. All of their social media links are down below in the description. Check them out. Follow them. At the end of the video, you'll even see something else pop up on the screen with all that stuff. Thank you for watching. That is all. Peace, mother.